harmlessly at his feet. Understanding and compassion help us transform negative emotion into harmless ones, into awareness. This is authentic power. You must find the place inside yourself where nothing is impossible. Deepak Chopra, the third Jesus. Picture your heart and soul as the mothership of a large fleet. Your personality is one of the many ships accompanying it. But ultimately, only one ship, the mothership, knows where the entire fleet is headed and can stay the course. When you follow your heart, aligning your personality with your soul, you exercise authentic power. You feel on course. You feel joy, meaning, and purpose. You are aware of your energy, thoughts, and inner guidance. Whenever you are off course, you feel unhappy. Gary Zukau says the pain in your life is a measure of the distance between your current self perception and the reality of yourself as a powerful and compassionate, creative, and loving spirit. Closing that distance to zero is the spiritual path. It is now the evolutionary requirement for each of us to create authentic power. Can you slide, man? Where love rules, there is no will to power. And where power predominates, their love is lacking. The one is the shadow of the other. Carl Jung. The four fundamental properties of authentic power are love. This kind of love includes compassion, caring about others. This kind of love makes you view every hungry mother and every hungry child as your own mother and your own child. Humility. This kind of humility recognizes that the lives of others can be just as difficult as your own. That everyone goes through life with some pain, loss, and difficulty. Humility allows you to bear in mind that everybody is a beautiful soul and that everybody struggles. Forgiveness. Forgiving someone for hurting or wronging you is like laying down a heavy burden. The person you forgive may not even be aware of your action because you do it first and foremost for yourself. Unless you forgive, you will find yourself looking at the world as if through a pair of dark glasses that makes everything look scary and adversarial. adversarial. Forgiving is like taking off those glasses and seeing that the world is full of love and light. Clarity. Clarity is seeing your life as part of a great wall. You realize that you are not a victim, but that you are here on the earth to learn from all of your experience, both positive and negative. You realize that you are an immortal soul and thus infinitely more than just the body and personality you possess at present. Day to day life often unfolds in a kind of competition between personalities, lovers, spouses, parents, siblings, businesses, social classes, and nations. All try to exert control over one another. Called external power, this control is based on our sins. What we can see, hear, smell, taste, or touch in the external world. Unlike authentic power, it is a competitive and seeks to have the upper hand. Power over others is weakness discussed as strength. Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now. Gary Zukau says external power is the old way of understanding power. It's what enabled us to survive. Yes. And to evolve since our origin as a species. Yes. But it doesn't work any longer. It's counterproductive to our evolution. It's toxic and it is being replaced. Correction, it has been replaced with another understanding of power. Everything you obtain at the expense of someone else is a manifestation of external power, which operates on the principle that one man's breath is another man's death. Things you are scared of losing, like your house, car, look, and sharp mind, are all example of external power. Relying on this implement things makes you vulnerable. Linda Francis says, external power comes and goes. You can earn it, you can lose it, you can inherit it, it can get stolen. To move from external power to authentic power, listen to the voice of your heart, the seat of your soul. Align your personality with your essential loving qualities. Gary Zukov says authentic power is the experience of joy, of meaning, of purpose, of fulfillment, of being in the right place at the right time, of knowing that your life has a purpose and what you are doing is contributing to that purpose. It is the alignment of your personality with your soul, with harmony and cooperation and sharing the reverence for life. Authentic power recognizes meaning and purpose in the smallest thing. Eckhart Tolle says authentic power is not personal power. It is a power that for transcends who you think yourself to be as a person. It is a power that lies at the very heart, not just yourself, but of the very heart of the universe. So if you are connected with that level within yourself, you are not just connected with the essence of who you are, but you are also connected with the very essence of the universe. And that is pointed to in the ancient dictum, as above, so below. To create authentic power, it helps to become aware of any emotions that keep you invested in external power. Because your feelings and emotions are the force field in which your soul operates. You have to become aware of your emotions in order to align your personality with your soul. Gary Zukov says instead of looking outward to create external power, to manipulate or to control others, you look inward to see the internal origins of your experiences. You can do this by focusing on what happens in your body when a negative emotion crops up with a technique called emotional awareness. Linda Francis says, I have got great news for you. Every emotion that you have, every single emotion that you have, is a message from your soul. That is exciting. It's powerful to know that because if you know that, then you will pay attention. You would want to pay attention to a message from your soul. I know you could. Each and every emotion is like a spontaneous text message from your inner source. It is important not to delete this text from the soul, but to but to notice, register, and absorb them. Your heart is the cell phone that receives your soul's text message with an open heart. You can face up to the fears and nourish loving emotion. Vince Rock says our emotions actually function like a guidance system to let us know when we are resonating with our core essence and love. And so, honestly, by simply paying attention to how you feel, you can know whether or not you are doing what is honestly right for you, what works for you. Your emotions will let you know right away whether you are on the right track in aligning your personality and life with your with your soul. Isabel Allende says, how do I know if something is good for me or good for the world? It's my body that tells me how I feel it, and I think that the heart is the center of that. Linda Francis says, emotional awareness is a tool that I use to create authentic power, to grow spiritually. And it is a way that I am able to detect in myself physically energy centers in my body. I check inside all the time. I notice what is happening physically, the sensations that are going on in my throat area, or my heart, or my solar plexus, and in other energy centers. So I can tell whether I have fear-based parts of my personality or love-based parts of my personality active. Your body constantly reflects your emotional state. Notice the way that your emotions reveal themselves physically. Make a habit of asking yourself why, in a certain state of mind, you feel something in your body. Consider whether it feels good to you or not. There is a reason stress makes you uncomfortable and positive emotions produce happiness. Giri Zukov says emotional awareness doesn't just mean the ability to say, I am angry and I'm sad and I'm happy. No, it's more precise and grounded and much more accurate than that. It means being able to look inside your body at specific areas. For example, your throat area, your chest area, and your solar plexus area, and others as well, and see what physical sensation you can detect there. If there are uncomfortable sensation or painful sensation, then you know that a frightened part of your personality is active. That means a part of your personality that comes from fear and the behavior of that part of your personality will be things like anger, jealousy, resentment, feeling superior and entitled, feeling inferior and needing to please. And once you know that acting in love will create constructive and beneficial experience for you and good feeling experiences for you. And acting in fear will create painful and destructive experiences for you. It's a matter of emotional awareness and responsible choice. With love, clarity, wisdom, you create authentic power. With authentic power, you can see past and emotion and into another person's soul. You do not judge or condemn. You align your personality with your soul and use the power of your heart. So, anyone can take up from here.
Anyone wants to read?
Yeah, should I?
Yeah, yeah. Deepa, you also want to read?
Yeah, if there is time, I would like to read. Otherwise, it's okay. I'll
Yeah,
just
yeah,
read.
please, please,
You just
Deepaji, go
write your
ahead.
name. No problem. You both can read one by one. Just write your names.
Yeah.
Suman, you
Suman,
who
you go
wants
ahead.
to start?
You go ahead.
Yeah,
I'll read
and
Okay,
Deepa,
after
you
you.
write your name. You read after Suman. Yeah.
Yeah.
okay, okay. Linda
Yeah.
Francis.
So,
Yeah, Linda Francis says, creating authentic power actually means I am cultivating loving parts of my personality, the parts that appreciate life, the parts that experience joy, the parts that experience compassion. Gary Zukav says, the heart of it all is love. Love. Living your life with an empowered heart without attachment to the outcome. The intention is the quality of consciousness that infuses your actions. If it is an energy of fear, it will be an energy of needing to dominate, needing to control, needing to manipulate. That is attachment to the outcome. If it is an energy of love, it will be the energy of care, of patience, of kindness, of consideration, of gratitude. With authentic power, you can see everything that comes your way as a gift of sorts or a necessary lesson. You can accept that not every gift looks positive when you first receive it. Rumi says, be grateful for whoever comes because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. Many difficulties or challenges, even illnesses and tragedies, have no apparent silver lining when they occur. But you can be grateful to be alive even in the face of a terrible loss and eventually come to terms with it. What do you still have in your life in spite of your loss? Are you able to do good for others as a result of coming through a crisis? Eckhart Tolle says, no matter what you achieve outwardly in this world, you will always very quickly encounter frustration, disappointment, and some forms of unhappiness or suffering, despite all your achievements. If you are not living in connectedness with that deepest level within yourself. However successful your personality is in everyday life, with an impressive career, luxury goods, prestigious address, as long as you are not exercising authentic power, your success will not bring you satisfaction. Neil Donald Walsh says, if we ignore matters of the heart, or if we do not consult the heart as we move through the experiences of life, then we wind up with a series of events leading us nowhere. But if we follow the advice of the heart, if we seek the counsel of the heart, then we wind up with a series of experiences that take us back home. Gary Zukav says, as you create authentic power, your life begins to fill with meaning and purpose and vitality and creativity because you are moving in the direction that your soul wants you to go. You can use every new experience to align your personality with your soul. Every situation gives you the opportunity to approach life with an open heart, conveying love to the world. This is the purpose of the human experience you have as a spiritual being. That is the reason for your existence. That is authentic power. Oliver Wendell Holmes says, when what lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. Contemplation, calm by looking deeply. Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh teaches us that whenever you become aware of a strong, troubling, or negative emotion, you can calm yourself by focusing your mind on your breathing. Putting attention on your breathing in and out, you calm down. Just concentrate on breathing from the abdomen. Breathing in, feel your belly rise. Breathing out, feel your belly fall. Breathe in with your mind on your breathing. Is it fast and short or deep and slow? Breathe in and out mindfully to calm your breathing. When your breathing is deep and slow, breathe in and be aware that your strong emotion is subsiding. Breathing out, you feel that any anger or fear is ebbing. Breathing in, you feel that your emotion has passed. Breathing out, you feel that your emotion has passed. Stay in the long moment of peace. Now you can see beyond the emotion. You are aware of your deep connection to the person or situation that gave rise to the emotion. And now you can act with the authentic power, with awareness of your soul connection. Yes, if Deepaji wants to continue from further.
Yeah. We do have time, right, Mansi?
Yes, we have.
Okay. We are in chapter 9, the powers of intention and one second. The powers of intention and intuition. Ilyas Qasim, it is more important to be of pure intention than of perfect action. I'll just repeat that. It's more important to be of pure intention than of perfect action. Everything you do, as well as everything you think, originates in a certain intention. Your intention not only rules your life, but it also determines the outcome of all your actions. Eckhart Tolle, whatever situation you find yourself in, a very important question to ask yourself is, what is my intention? intention here? What is my primary intention? In other words, what really matters, first of all, at any given moment, and no matter what you are doing, is what is your state of consciousness out of which you act. Deep in your heart, you know what the intention is that feeds your actions or thoughts. Only you can know. And you know whether what you're doing is aimed at harmony and cooperation or at personal gain only. Maya Angelou says, you can intend to have $1 million and that intention will need you to rob a bank or to mug somebody in the street. Your intention might be to have this woman. I want this woman. I want this man for my man. However, if we really want the thing, go to the heart and say, this is what I want. And the heart can say, well, I'll help you get it. I'll show you how to get it. You must be willing to work now. Trust me now. And then you can have it. Yes, if it is not going to hurt anyone else. Yes. The intention underlying your actions and thoughts is energy. Any energy you expand always comes back to you, either directly or indirectly. So you want to act with that in mind. You want to act mindfully from the heart with love and right intention. I'll just read that line once more. The intention underlying your actions and thoughts is energy. Any energy you expand always comes back to you, either directly or indirectly. So you want to act with that in mind. You want to act mindfully from the heart with love and right intention. Isabel Allende, she says, I have to act from a place of good intention, a place of love and kindness. It's a place of good intention that will allow me to walk in this world without creating any damage. If you radiate genuine love and compassion, you will ultimately receive love and compassion back. If, on the other hand, you radiate fear and suspicion, you will encounter situations full of fear and suspicion. It is simplistic to say that if you're angry today, you will attract angry people tomorrow. But if you are generally rather tough and distrustful, you will, in the long term, attract people who have those personalities and attitudes. You are attracted to people with the same energy, and you attract people who experience the world as you do. They understand you, and you understand them. You could say that you receive from the world what you give to the world. So, your intention is a cause that gives rise to the same effects. Eckhart Tolle. Your primary intention needs to be your state of consciousness at this moment. Your intention needs to be correctedness with the heart at this moment. What you mean is that what you get once you decide to live in connectedness with your heart, you experience a different, more positive reality. Because your intention originates in your heart, it enables you to attract the energy of harmony and love. Your intention is a quality of consciousness that infuses your actions. The intention at the root of your actions matters. The energy of your intention influences the consequences of your actions. Every word you speak and everything you do is infused with consciousness. If you think in terms of giving, you will attract like-minded souls with whom you create a reality of generosity, a reality that matters, that reflects intention. This may well be one of the greatest truths of the universe, which is sometimes called karma. Mark Chagall says, if I create from the heart, nearly everything works. If from the head, almost nothing. Of course, there will always be unpleasant things in life that you cannot influence, which are out of your control. However, there are also plenty of things that slip out of your control because you're not fully aware of the intention underlying your actions. That is why it is important to be mindful of the energy you create. Now, Deepak Chopra from the Book of Secrets. Every significant vital sign, body temperature, heart rate, oxygen consumption, hormone level, brain activity, and so on, alters the moment you decide to do anything. Decisions are signals telling your body, mind, and environment to move in a certain direction. Whenever you feel that your life is slipping out of control, that you are being manipulated by those around you, that things are not going your way, choose to think and act with a positive intention and positive mindset. Think of good ways in which to look at your situation. You're more likely to find opportunities that you would otherwise have missed. Martin Luther King Jr., he says, the time is always right to do what is right. Choosing to create an intention that has loving consequences calls for more than just saying that you're choosing that intention. You have to feel that energy in your heart. The universe looks straight through a false intention to see what is in your heart. Listen to your heart to discover what you really intend to achieve with your actions. Connect with your heart to create the energy of positive right intention. Gary Zukav, he is of the opinion, this is at the heart of creating authentic power, learning to distinguish your intentions. The intentions that come from fear are attached to an outcome. In order to be satisfied, they must have that outcome. Those parts of your personality must manipulate and control circumstances and people to their satisfaction. The parts of your personality that originate in love care about people, they care about others. Deepak Chopra says, love without action is meaningless, and action without love is irrelevant. When you do something for personal gain, your intention is coming from fear, from your personality. When you act to create harmony and cooperation, your intention is from your heart. Your heart and soul have only loving properties. Only the intentions that originate in your heart can lead your life true fulfillment and meaning. Maya Angelou says, if you speak from the heart, your intention will be heartful, will be wise. Zen teacher Thich Nhat Hanh says that we practice asking several questions to make sure we are creating right or good intentions. You might even want to write these questions on a piece of paper and put it where you will encounter it as you go through your day. Before you pose these questions, take 3 slow breaths in and out so that you come into the present moment. The first question to ask yourself before you act is, am I sure? Or what am I doing? This can help you head off wrong perceptions so that you make sure you know what you're doing and where you're going before you act. Then ask, is my intention right for now? Next, ask yourself, am I acting automatically or out of habit? The energy of habit can sometimes be unconscious rather than intentional. So you want to be mindful of both your intention and your action. Finally, ask yourself, is my intention based in loving kindness, in compassion, and well-wishers for others? These questions can help you become aware of your intentions and actions. Okay, thank you. Would anyone else like to read further?
Yeah, I can read if no one is there, no problem. Yeah. Anyone wants to? Okay, I'll read. Shall Your intuition's language. Intuition is really a sudden immersion of the soul into the universal current of life. Paulo Coelho, the alchemist. There is no denying intuition. Even extremely rational, commonsensical people can think of moments when they were helped by intuition. In fact, Aristotle defined wisdom as intuitive reason combined with scientific knowledge. Our five senses enable us to perceive a part of physical reality. We see, hear, taste, smell, and touch the world around us. But inevitably, we come up against the limits of our five senses and rational thought. That is when we must connect with the heart and its intuitive power in order to know what to do. You cannot hear the voice of your heart with your ears or indeed with any of your other senses. For that, you need intuition, a form of perception that transcends sensory perception. Linda Francis. Five sensory perception is everything you can experience with your five senses. Everything you can see, like the ocean, everything you can hear, everything you can touch, everything you can smell, like a chocolate cake baking in the oven, everything you can taste, like a strawberry or a mango. Now we have access to more than the five senses, to another bigger sensory system that can give us information that our eyes and ears and nose and taste and touch cannot usually give us. Your heart gives you the access to multi-sensory perceptions, your intuition, just as it connects you with the universe and the higher level of your consciousness. Intuition is intangible but also very personal. No two people on earth have the same fingerprints, and the same holds true for intuition. No two people's intuition works in the same way. Every human being has his own or her own distinct intuition, which is fed by the emotions. Intuition is the heart's language. Wow, this is beautiful. Intuition is the heart's language. You can find out how your intuition works by directing your attention inward, just as you look inward to connect with your heart. Gary Zukav. Imagine you have spent the day hiking in a mountainous country, and now you realize you don't know where you are, and it's getting dark and it's getting cold and you're shivering. Now it's getting darker, so dark that you can't see anything at all. But you hear strange sounds. Ooh, is that an owl? You see a dark shape. Ooh, was that an animal? Was that a bear? But something inside you says, it's okay, you're okay. It is a good place to be. But you're hungry and your stomach is growling. You need to get home, and something inside you says, that's okay, you're alright. But people are worried about you and you need to find your car immediately. And again, something inside you says, it's alright, you're okay, you're okay. You lie down and you try to sleep. At last, the sun rises, and you see almost in front of you a steep cliff, and you are at the top of it. You had gone just a few feet more, you would have fallen over the cliff. The rising dawn shows you what could have taken your life. The voice inside you, the one that said, it's okay, this is a good place to be, saw everything. It saw the cliff. It knows exactly where you need to go and why. This is multi-sensory perception. By opening your heart, you tap into your intuition, which lets you perceive a non-visible reality that you cannot discern with your five senses. Whereas your senses can be misled, your intention will never let you down. Linda Francis. This is the voice of the soul speaking to you. It tells you many more things than how to stay alive. It tells you where friends and colleagues are waiting, what paths to avoid, and what paths to explore. It always guides you and supports you and takes you toward meaning. Multisensory perception is the experience that goes beyond the five senses. Paulo Coelho It is very important to listen to our heart, not because we have the answers, we have all the answers there. We may have all the answers there, but somehow the heart is provoking in us something that we have lost, and that is our intuition. And based on our intuition, we can move ahead. Your own intuition or multisensory perception has a unique voice or feeling. Linda Francis. There are so many ways to recognize multisensory perception. If you had that thought that everything is perfect, that's it. If you sense for a moment that a coincidence is more than a coincidence, that there is something powerful and meaningful behind it, it is. That's it. Gary Zukav. You began to find that you know things or you have a sense that you know things about other people. For example, you see someone in the supermarket and you have a sense that she has just been divorced and she is in a lot of pain. That's it. Or that someone who appears rough and intimidating has a kind heart. That's it. Your heart's intuition also allows you to see beneath the surface of other people's behavior, to exercise compassion. For example, when someone seems upset with you, your intuition may allow you to see that this person is under stress that causes him to project his frustration onto you. Linda Francis. There's a big way. If you begin to sense that you are more than you thought you were, then that you are more than a mind in a body, that's it. It is beginning to see more. It is beginning to see all that you have seen before, all that your five senses can reveal to you. And at the same time, realizing there is intelligence and purpose and power behind it. That's multisensory perception. This creative force of the imagination is part of the heart's constant generativity, always offering you new opportunities. Your heart offers you these opportunities through your intuition. So you can approach life in a different, fuller way. Isabel Allende. My body can only perceive certain things, but there is much more to that reality when I write. When I have enough time alone and in silence, I can perceive those connections between the things of the past and the future. I can relate events, cause, and effects in ways that I don't when I am busy and when I am in the noise and when I am with other people. People say that I write in the style of magic realism, whatever that is, as if it was some kind of literary device, a style. That is the way I conduct in my life. The world is a very mysterious place and we know very little. There are dimensions of reality, and maybe everything happens simultaneously, and everything from the past or the future is happening in this way, this very moment in this place. So writing has been my spiritual pathway of finding out where the soul is. And I can perceive things that other people think are sort of crazy. For example, I dream a lot and write down the dreams because it's my soul telling me something that I need to pay attention to. Intuition always has your best interest at heart and favors loving impulses and intentions. Whenever you are in doubt, act from the heart. Okay, last page and we'll stop. I'm sorry we are getting a little extra, but I wanted just to finish the chapter because so that we don't miss for the next 2 days the link of it. The intuitive mind is a sacred gift, and rational mind is a faithful servant. Albert Einstein. I'll repeat. The intuitive mind is a sacred gift, and the rational mind is a faithful servant. Wow. Gary Zukav. Intellectual understanding does not disappear with the emergence of multisensory perception. It becomes demoted. It's no longer the chairman of the board. It becomes an employee. It is now at the service of the heart. Joe Dispenza. When we begin to open our heart, we are actually functioning from a different level of consciousness. Where we place our attention is where we place our energy. The heart begins to pick up intuitive information, and the heart receives intuitive information before the brain does. Everything in life is connected. Your intuition allows you to see those connections all around you and act in concert with them. We always know which is the best road to follow, yet we often follow only the road we have become accustomed to. Once you have connected to your heart, you can act on your intuition, your highest form of intelligence, without needing to question it or know why. The power of intuitive understanding will protect you from harm until the end of your days. Lo Tzu. Oops, contemplation. Yeah, I'll read it slowly. You can take this opportunity to maybe close your eyes and just listen and just follow through as a meditation. And I'll also take you to the meditation after discussion if everyone is willing to go through it. So yeah, following your intuition. Your intuition speaks to you in its own way. It may make you feel uncomfortable or irritable in order to get your attention. It might make you anxious or give you a feeling of detachment, as if you have suddenly lost touch with your feelings and need to reconnect. It may communicate to you in a dream or a song that you can't get out of your head. Maybe there is a literal or metaphoric message in the dream or lyric. Maybe you hear an inner voice that delivers actual words of warning or direction. Or you can get a certain feeling in your body, a sense of knowing, a pit in your stomach, or a lightness in your head. If you think of someone out of the blue, send him an email or give her a call. Pay attention to first impressions you have to situations and first responses to questions that cross your mind. Keep a journal of your intuitions and what happens when you act on them. Wow. However, your intuition communicates to you. Trust it. Give it your attention. Sit with it. Relax into it. Be open to what it tells you. Don't argue with your intuition, even if it's telling you something you don't want to hear. Follow its guidance as best you can. It may not be logical and it may not give you the whole picture of what is going to happen all at once. You may have to follow it and allow events to unfold before you see how accurate it is. Great. We're done with the chapter and we'll stop here. Next chapter is synchronicity. Wow, that's beautiful. We'll read it on Monday. So yeah, we stop here and we open up for a quick discussion. Also, I just want to understand, do we want to do a meditation today, like how we do it every day with Chilpa? Since she is not there today, I might take you through that. But if we want it, because we are already late, and I just want to understand if it's okay for everyone to extend time. It's Friday,
Mansi,
so
we
we
can
won't be doing tomorrow and day after. We'll directly meet on Monday now.
see
So yeah,
meditation. We
Manoj.
can do ourselves like a homework. Okay,
No,
I the
it depends. So if everyone wants it, I can take you through the meditation for sure. But if we want to leave, we are going with the discussion, but I'm asking after that. We'll follow our regular structure, and this is since this is an addition, we'll always keep it later if we want.
Yeah,
That's
I don't mind having a meditation today. It's
oh,
okay if we have it today.
okay. Who all are okay to wait till 8:15 or something like that? Is it fine? Because it's already 8:56 now, so we'll take at least 10,
I need
10 minutes.
I need to drop by 8 so my work will start. So you
Okay, okay. Yeah,
continue.
yeah, yeah. We understand. Yeah. And you can catch up on the recording, Viren. Now we have that, na? So you can
Yes,
if you want anytime.
yes.
Yeah. Okay. Anyone else?
yeah, I can stay. Yeah,
Viren, I just want to understand. Are you interested in this meditations, or you just have to drop because you have work, or you are okay with not? Like, I'm just curious. Are you missing out on them? Just wanting to understand. You would prefer it before 8, or it's okay?
Meditation will be difficult because I'm in travel only.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay. So yeah,
it's difficult
anyway, it's not feasible for you. Okay, no
yeah.
problem. Okay. So yeah, we'll just open up for discussion. Viren, since you need to drop, you can just go first and share anything if
I
you
just
want to.
So it's more about intention and action for the today's reading. So I just want
Yes,
to say like action without intention can be mechanical behavior. Like the machine is working, right? But intention without action may seem incomplete. You are missing something, right? So you
yes,
need to have a pure intention as the origin. Your pure intention should be there. Suppose you want to have some transformation in your life, right? And you need to have one type of clarity in your life. Your action will not work. Your intention will work. So
very true.
and intention is not visible at all times. Action is visible. So we are generally judging people based on their actions. So we should not do that because the intention is invisible and that is not visible to us, and we are misjudging the people at that moment.
விட்டுருக்கேன். விட்டுட்டு வந்திருக்கியா?
That's it.
Totally agree. Yeah, very, very true. In fact, I remember in some of the courses and everything that we do, we start with intention always. So yeah. So yeah, yeah. You want to add something more? Please, please go on. I was just
And
seconding. Okay. Anyone else wants to say something, or please, please do. Please feel free to unmute and speak.
Yes, my today's learning from today's chapter is the heart is really very powerful. Some metaphors were given, like Buddha, like some sort of arrows were thrown at Buddha's feet, and how they got turned into flowers. And the authentic power, it lies in the heart only. Earlier, it was external power because that was for survival purpose. But now, the heart power, four qualities were told, I think: humility, forgiveness, kindness, and one more was there. These are the basic qualities of the heart from where we should operate. And you can handle many problems if we operate from our heart. Yeah, that's it. I wanted to say.
Yeah, that's very true. That's what the author has actually told us, and you have summed up very well. So yeah, yeah, Suman, very true. Anyone else? Please feel free to add or say something. We're just few people today, so everyone, if you can speak, that would be great. Yeah, Vivek, Deepa, Manishji, you want to say something?
Yeah, just give me a minute. Somebody else can do now. I'm just in the middle of something. I'll just take a minute. Yeah.
Sure, sure. Yeah. Anyone else want to say something? Deepa, Vivek, anything you want to add?
Yeah. I don't know if my thoughts align with our reading today. Sometimes what happens is our intentions are good, but the actions don't match with that, and maybe the actions also match with that, but the results are not so very good. For example, parents and children. The parents have the best of the interest, or a friend has the best of his interest. Nothing malicious, nothing wrong, but whatever they have done, it doesn't give the results which were expected. The outcome is not that. For example, a child marriage. The parents' intention is to get their daughter or son married with the best of the intentions. Nothing wrong in that. That is what the culture is, that the tradition. But things don't, the outcome is not that. So I've observed many such things going around, the intentions are good, actually. Honestly, they are very good, but the outcome is not that good. So I just had this thought as we were reading. Maybe my thoughts don't align with this reading. So I just thought I should express it.
Yes, Deepaji, what I feel, Yes,
Mhm.
what you said, that our children, they are exposed to so many factors outside also, and nowadays social media and all. So generally our mind wanders to the comfort zone. So maybe they find it easy and they get distracted, and they uh, discipline is bit difficult for them. Maybe I am able to. You are saying the same thing, na?
Yeah, but the illustration which I gave, no, they are slightly different. Uh,
Okay, okay.
Slightly different. It is not like, how do I say it? Sometimes our intentions are really fantastic. They are very good, but it doesn't give the expected result. Sometimes it misfires, it backfires.
I want to
Like
add to
a
this one.
friend does something very good, but we get hurt by the outcome or that action. We didn't expect that. I don't know how to say it. This is just my observation.
Yeah, just may add,
Just my
Deepa, to
observation.
that. See, the thing is, God has sent us to have the experience of life, not to get stick to one person. Okay, so our focus has to be inside us. Let's say we did our best. Okay, the parents did their best, and the kids did their best, and they get married to somebody, but it didn't work out for whatever reason. Okay, so in the if you look at from the spiritual point of view and deep down the heart, we should not be affected. Say, okay, I understand short term or the for some time the person will feel bad and so many things like that. I fully understand that, but if you look at the deep down the spirituality point of view, like we should not be affected by anything outside us. Okay, and I was reading in somewhere in some spiritual book, the author said that, God has sent us to have the best experience of life, not to get stick to one person. Okay, let's say I have few friends, okay, but one of my friend will give up for whatever reason, due to personal reason or whatever, or maybe like somebody has say, as you said, the marriage didn't work out, so that's okay. See, that's what the author is emphasizing, that the soul resides in your heart, and you have to understand and accept the power of your power of the soul inside you. That's the energy of the divine. Why you get stick to one person? That is the story here. Maybe the person is meant for somebody something better, right? So you have to take it from that perspective. Everything is not meant for everybody, right? So you have to just take the learning, take the experience from there in a positive way. Forgive yourself, forgive the other person for whatever you can think of that moment, and just move on. That's it. That's the way of life, right? So, and this is how from the spiritual point of view, you have to accept attachment and detachment. The people who love you will teach attachment. The people who leave you will teach you detachment. And we need to learn both to have the best experience of life. See, the life is not about sticking to a family completely, or a person, husband, wife, kids, and things like that, right? That's how the person suffers. So the thing is, do you do your best every day, and keep yourself mentally, emotionally, spiritually strong, and just be practical, and just live your life to your best, and just focus on the positive aspect of life. Maybe if some marriage doesn't work out, the person is made for something better, and that's how it
No, I'm
works.
not talking about marriage as such. That was just an example. I'm
See,
talking
I
about
think,
various aspects in life.
yeah, that's what I'm
And
saying.
when we are young, hmm, like a kid, a small baby, hmm, they don't know these things, what you're talking about.
See, that is
And it requires a lot of, um, spiritual balance. But that spirituality and all, young people, they don't understand. They don't get it. Life is not that easy, that simple. You just say,
that's okay.
you
See,
take
that's
it
how
in a
the
balanced approach, and things will work out. And there are relationships beyond this. If this doesn't work out, you break it. It's not that simplistic, right? Hmm? If that was
that
the case, then there wouldn't be any sorrow, any pain, any anger. Uh, there wouldn't be any fights in this world. So it's not that
that is
easy.
okay. No,
So,
I
yeah,
understand
what
your
the writers here, the group of writers here are talking about is good, but there are certain things which doesn't work out with the formula which they're giving. That's my take on this. It's
And
not all so goody goody, I felt. Um,
yeah,
So
Deepaji,
just
I'm
one
wanted to
just
say
mention
that
in that chapter is there, that is getting detached out of the desires of the results, that Manish ji also has
all
mentioned.
these things,
Actually,
no, works
we
out
have to
only
do
when
our
we are
karma.
mature, when we are grown up. But when we are not having that maturity, no, then you can't explain it to a baby, to a kid, no, to friends. Hmm. I'm not talking again about marriage or taking it only from that sense or a parent-child relationship. I'm also talking about friendship, various relationships, various things which we do, even in a workplace, employee and employer, various places. No one has anything bad in their heart when they try to do something. But things don't work out that way.
so Deepa,
But
in
then,
that case,
in hindsight, what happens is that failure or that fight or that bad thing or something has a bigger result. But when that thing happens, when we are facing failure or defeat or something unexpected, we don't have the mind to understand that whatever has happened for the best. Like someone has worked very hard, very, very hard, and with the good intention, they did a project. Hmm, but they didn't think that the outcome would be that. Like, I'm just talking, not anything personal. Again, I'm just taking it to a bigger thing. When the atomic bomb was being designed, Oppenheimer had no idea that it would lead to mass destruction. That was not his idea. That was not at all his plan to destroy people for generations. A country would be massacred and all these things he didn't think. But that was the outcome. So I'm taking you there. I'm not talking about exactly personal relationship. Yeah, we deal with the spirituality and we justify it or we talk about it. But there are things which this sort of philosophy doesn't answer, is what I felt. Okay. So again, maybe I'm getting controversial, not in tune with our reading, but just these things came out for me.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, that's
life
how.
is like that.
Mhm. No, no, just
Can
to
can I
just
add?
let
Can
me.
I add? Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, Manish,
Yeah,
you
Mansi,
want to
go
say
on.
something?
No, no, you go on, please. Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, Mansi, you go on, please. Yeah.
Okay. So what I understand is this, like basically, this was like since you mentioned the parent-child relationship and marriage, we're talking about that also. So I just want to add that different relationships have different dimensions and different attachments. So it's very easy comparatively to detach from a spouse because we are two individuals as such, but it's very very difficult, and it's not at all easy to detach from a child, especially because we are raising them right from when they're a baby, especially for a mom, and when you are completely involved in the process. So I totally understand that, but so it cannot be compared, to be honest. And but one thing that I remember, one of my mentor mentioning this, it's more about, when we talk about intention, it's more about doing it, intention always is in the beginning and through the process. So it is never about the outcome that we receive. So what it is, what my mentor once explained is, basically it is all about, like when we plant a tree, we have a certain type of control over it, but not fully. So like when it's more about, like when you plant a tree, you can water the plant, you can make sure that the soil is good, the environment is good enough. So basically what you do, what we can do is we can give the best possible environment to the tree, but still rain, wind, and the other factors affecting the tree are not in our hands. So we have to have that kind of a detachment where we allow the tree to grow on its own. Sometimes I feel growth is not always how we perceive it. What I understand is growth is also on different levels, because our nowadays the society that we operate in, the growth is only considered in terms of materialistic growth or academic growth, or things like that, where we compare in the same scenarios, like who's having a bigger house, who's having a stable job, or who's having a better marks or grades or things like that, because that is how the society these days have been conditioned to think and operate, because these things have become so important for everyone. But otherwise I feel growth is not just linear like this. It is more about, also sometimes I've seen that it's also about the spiritual growth. And most of the time, I have seen that people actually who are growing materialistically are very much focused on the outcomes and on the material gains at that point of time in their life, where spiritual side takes a backseat, because they are more of a, as we read today, right? Rational mind is the slave of the intuitive mind. Some word he used, right? I forgot that word. So that line about Albert Einstein. So if we can just go back to that. So it's more about, we are all thinking rationally in this term, because that's how the society is now conditioned. But actually, if we see, spiritual growth happens through pain, through experiences. So maybe some people are going through certain kind of experiences for a reason. And I can vouch on this from my own life also, that whenever I have seen massive shift in my life or understanding or whatever, I have gone through some kind of a pain or an experience, and only then I learned my lesson well. So I think that's also important, and everyone has a journey and a reason, and we are all co-creating. It's like, even in a parent or child, or even in a spouse, two spouses, or any relationship that we come across, we are all responsible for each other's evolution, is what I feel. So it's like, what was good then may not be relevant now. So we are constantly evolving, and our beliefs are constantly breaking and shattering for a reason, because when it shatters, only then we outgrow them and we reach the next phase of our understanding that we are supposed to, is what I understand. So I feel it's more about providing the environment, providing the right kind of soil, watering the plant when it is small, basically when it is a plant, and eventually then leaving it to grow into a tree. That is eventually even the plant's desire to grow into a tree. Otherwise, not every plant grows into a tree, and whatever, and most of them do. When they're a seed and they reach the stage of a plant, they do grow into a tree with the help of the external environmental factors. We don't even have to water the plant anymore or take care of the soil once it's taken strength on its own, because then it's the role of the nature to, and the tree, they both just do it, and they just evolve in their own way. So I think it's more like that. Like, as parents, our role is to just do that much to our kids. I'm a very young parent to say this, and I would definitely understand that maybe I don't have the authority to say it, but this is something what I learned from a mentor who's much more experienced from me, than me, and she shared it with me, which was a takeaway for me. So to look at things, so that's how I'm sharing it. So it's all about your intention is, you want the plant to grow, and you want to just, it's like you are a tree beside that plant, and you just are allowing that tree to grow on its own through its own sufferings and own everything, and just being there by its side to support, without wanting to fix everything for that tree, because that will not work. That is never going to work, because it's, everyone have their individual journeys and experiences to experience and learn through. So we have to only focus on ours, in the matter of that. And I think that's where the intention plays a role, where our intention is good, so we are always sending the good vibes and good thoughts, and that, I think that matters a lot. Especially I've seen this in terms of parents. In my own family, I've seen examples where there are two kids. One was always worried about, they are of same age, they're my big brothers. So one was always appreciated, and one was always like seen like a achiever or always such a good boy and all of that. And I never saw his mom complaining anything about him or even worrying about him. And he raised out, and he's become such a responsible and a beautiful person right now. But the other child is somewhat struggling in its own way, because maybe the energy he received from his parents was more of doubt and uncertainty and things like that. So I try to be mindful about it. So basically I feel, as kids also, na, even for myself, even for everyone else, I feel the energy of our parents creates our reality to certain extent. So it's important that we have this faith in the process, and we just are there without worrying, and we are just there with them. uh, or even with our spouse, especially in close relationships, I feel the energy matters. So that makes a lot of difference. If you have a faith in certain person, if you have a confidence that that person will make it out, will work out, and wherever if he needs, or that person her or she needs me, I am there for that person. Otherwise, I know they can do it. It's just a phase in their life, and they are going to surpass it. I think this faith makes a lot of difference than the worry or something. And because as we read today also, even about the chakras, Linda, someone just mentioned, right, like that I am very mindful about which where I'm feeling the vibrations and things like that. So it's more about, from what I understand, solar plexus is like the gut feeling, that chakra. So where when there is a lot of fear and everything, that energy in that place is hampered. So they are talking more about, they're, although they're not mentioning the word chakra, but the book is overall talking about the heart chakra. So it's more about opening our hearts to a certain way, that we have ultimate faith and surrender, and we operate through intention and intuition in a way that we are actually giving out love and operating from the space of love than fear. So they said, right, they mentioned that when we are operating from the place of fear, we want to manipulate, we have this angers, whatever other things, and we want to take control of things. That's a place where we are operating from fear. And when we are operating from the place of love, there is no fear, there is just surrender, and there is just this thing. I understand this is easy said than done, and it might be very difficult in certain situations, but this is my perspective, and I try to shift myself and be very mindful about things. When I get into a place of fear or uncertainty, I hardly give it like a day or two max, and then I just come back, like, from to the place. I try to be mindful about it, and it really helps me to be in a better place. And I feel where energy flow, where attention goes, energy flows, as they say, right? Like, so if we have this constant tension and worry about things, then that is where our attention is going, and that is how we are manifesting, or somewhere helping those things manifest. And even as Sister Shivani says about it, talks about it in this way, that when you see, like, she says it very beautifully, ki, when you are at a workplace, and if a person is doing some mistakes again and again and again, and if we feel कि अरे यार ये क्या कर रहा है, ये क्यों कर रहा है, type of, if we have that kind of thoughts, then you are depleting that person's energy by that worry and whatever we are sending out to them, or the concerns. I've seen many parents do the same thing, including my parents. Since we are a close group, I can just share that. So I have never seen them give me a like very positive energy, and which I feel ki that really does hamper, because when you have confidence in that boosts the energy. We know, right, that gives them the energy ki nahi, I know you will do it, kind of a thing. So saying it and actually believing it is a difference. So I feel
Bhavani, you are well known.
operating from that space makes a lot of difference. I don't know if I was a little vague, but I was just trying to
Yeah,
bring
my
things
mother is
together,
my
whatever
mother
came to my mind.
yeah, my mother
Sorry.
was a school teacher. Now she retired, so she's always ready to be angry. So same thing happens. Some
Yeah.
people are
So
like
so I think. Yeah, it's natural, it's very natural. And our profession creates a lot of our personality, so it's very natural. So that's fine, but I have seen this, I practically observed this, and I've seen this, that our energy uh, is very important, especially when it comes to our close relationships. And so whatever we are, so as Sister Shivani very very well says, I really love her all of her content and whatever she talks about. So she says that our thoughts are very contagious, she says. So basically she says that if we are seeing someone, and if we feel that, oh, you're not looking that great, you feel that, oh my god, what is she dressed up, or something like that, you have some other feelings about that person, and when you talk you say, Arey, why you're looking so nice, and you just appreciate on the surface. She says that the person feels it, you feel it, like it's like it's not like you feel the genuineness of everything. So if it is so true for any passing relationship or passing interaction, will it not be very true with our close relationships? So I feel it's very very important that we are very careful and mindful about what am I thinking about. Even one more factor, like, sorry, it's a little off track maybe, but since this point I felt is relevant, even what I've seen in terms of money also. So the energy with which the money is, this I read or I heard from one of the summary of the book, I think The Soul of Money, I think the name was, I don't remember the exact name. But here there was this one lady who was into a lot of social work, and she was working for a community or for an organization for like more than a decade, like 2 decades or more, something like that. And she said that the purpose of the organization that I work for is basically strengthening people to live their livelihood. Like they used to do this small things, like they will, like, if there is a senior citizen club or something, that they wanting to be independent and not dependent on the children, something like that, then that organization would just go and help them set up a tea stall or things like that, small things. So they'll provide for the this thing, for the resources and everything, and make people survive, like, do things like that. So she said there is a thing about money energy also. So she says when you give someone money thinking that they are poor, or they are oh, this person cannot afford it, or like with a kind of sympathy, that will always keep that person on a low level, that will always keep that person wanting to take help from others. But whereas it's important that we give them from a place of equality, where we don't see them as low and us as higher, where we actually see, like, okay, now that person, when you give. So she says that there is a soul of money and there is this energy to money, where what from what perspective the money is received also defines the success of the receiver, like what energy the money is received in. So just talking about energy, I just could think of this. So I think from that, when I learned this, I am very careful about even receiving money, like when I receive from someone, I am careful, like, क्या intention से मुझे मिल रहा है. If it is coming from a place of help or sympathy or something like that, I would want not to receive it at times. So yeah, I think these things are a little hypothetical to say, but I don't know. I believe in them and I connect with them, so I'm just sharing. So maybe if anyone else does, they might benefit. Otherwise, just leave it, I would say. So yeah, we extended a lot of time. Sorry. Uh, yeah. Anything, since it's the last day of the week, will give us a little liberty. So if anything, anyone wants to share, otherwise I can just we can just go through the meditation, maybe. So yeah, anything, please, if you want to share something, it's okay. We'll just be a little. We'll take a little extra time today. Whoever is able to wait, please do. Deepa, you want to say something? Sorry, I don't know if I was even
No,
helpful or
no,
relevant.
I actually wanted to apologize because I took the discussion maybe out of the scope of the book. So I don't know,
No,
maybe I'm
that's
disturbed
okay.
by
That's
the things which are happening around us right now, around the world. Nothing personal as such. India is not at all involved. Uh, I hope so. I pray for it. And also reading about various things happening around. Um, just last evening, one CA, young CA, 27-year-old guy, killed himself because of work pressure. And I don't know, for whatever reason that happened. So I get slightly, I get distracted, disturbed by such things. I don't think in his workplace anyone would have made him do something, assuming that what they are doing is wrong and going to harm him mentally or beyond his scope of work. They wouldn't have thought that, because other people were working, only this fellow couldn't take it. And Anna Sebastian, even she had a heart attack because her
Hmm.
managers put a lot of work on her. When we think from the manager's perspective, even her intention wouldn't have been to kill her, or she's stuffing too much work on her. Definitely, she wouldn't have thought of that. She just thought everyone is handling, this girl also can handle. But she didn't think that this girl comes from Kerala, she's pampered, she can't take care of herself. That perception she didn't have. And no one can think from another person's perception, point of view, empathy. We don't listen, we don't understand, we don't observe. I feel that is very, very important, along with the intention, uh, how
So,
thoughtful
so
are we, how mindful are we, that the writers here, the various spiritualists are talking about being mindful. Yeah,
yeah.
being
So what?
mindful is a very big thing, and it requires a lot of thought. Like after I returned from Arunachal Pradesh, there was flooding. Okay, and there also I was telling, we tourists are going there and we are spoiling the environment there. Because of us, they are building roads, those buildings, and that is leading to this avalanche and this spoiling. Those people don't even need electricity; they're happy with that. But for our sake, they are doing this, and we are calling it's development and employment and growth for them. They are not interested in that. So I don't know. I think slightly different. Sometimes, what we call development and growth for some people is devastation, destruction for someone else. It is happening world over, actually. So that mindfulness, no, it's a very big concept. Uh, unless we think from a broader perspective, come out of a tunnel vision, we don't even realize that we are having a tunnel vision. So I don't know. And they have those all barracks there, all military establishments. And recently they have opened shops for the commercial thing. The military people, our soldiers, are selling souvenirs and all when to earn money, to take care of their barracks. And why should they be doing that? We are paying the taxes to take care of all these things. And why are we making them shopkeepers? And we are commenting on the jalebis and the cake quality they are selling. They are doing a big favor by doing that. We can't talk about gourmet food there. But some of my co-travelers were commenting on that, and they wanted comfort. They wanted delicacy and all that. So I just didn't understand that. Like, they are doing a big favor. The
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going again beyond the scope of the book. So just making me think all that. So I'll just stop all this. I don't want all this to carry forward anymore.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just thought,
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
no, no
I'm
worries, no
sorry if
worries. It's
I'm
okay,
telling
it
all these things.
happens. No
Yeah,
problem. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, that's fine. Like it's since it's bothering you, so you might
yeah.
as well
And
say it. It's
again,
okay
it's nothing
sometimes.
personal. Like my personal life, my thing is almost done with my family. So maybe that, what do you say? Nothing to do, no? So, wajah or things and all I think about maybe.
Yeah, yeah, no problem. Yeah, definitely, because yeah, not a problem. So basically, what I understand is intention is something that we have in the beginning and through the process, and outcome is maybe not whatever the outcome is. it is not directly linked with the intention. I feel it's sometimes whatever we have to learn, the learning comes from the outcome. And maybe what happens, like if whatever, if like as you told about the Oppenheimer incident, like, right? So it's all about, maybe he had the right intention in place, but maybe he had not thought through it properly. And maybe even if he had the right intention, we are all co-creating. The other person who had the power in their hands, or finally who received it in their hand, they definitely did not have the right intention, right? So that is why all this happened. So I think it's all about, we the outcome is our learning, because we are all co-creating. It's not our own, like our life is not just what we decide. And it has so much impact, even all of us together, right? Families, friends, societies, everything we are co-creating. And as they say, right, that our outer world is the reflection of our inner world. So most of the time it's so I remember listening to this one beautiful phase, like when Shivaji, or Shivaji, in Shivaji's autobiography, in the biopic that was we were watching. So he shares very beautifully to his son, like Sambhaji, that he says that uh, what happens uh, in the society is the reflection of what is happening in what, for example, he shares very beautifully. I'll try to translate it as close as possible. He says, what is happening in the world is a reflection of what is happening in the nation. What is happening in the nation is a reflection of what is happening in the state. What is happening in the state is a reflection of what is happening in the city. And what is happening in the city is a reflection of what is happening in a town. And what is happening in a town is a reflection of what is happening in a house. So basically, what is happening in a house is a reflection of what is happening in the world outside. So as we see, as we just started the conversation with, and we know that all the world right now is suffering because of the rationality and the materialism, and this need to achieve and progress and do, but somewhere it's gone too much in the heads of people, whereas it is now affecting the beingness, the humanity, and things like that. And I think that's becoming a problem. So somewhere we are being again brought to balance by everything that is happening around us, also some in some way, is what I feel. So yeah. um, Anyone else wants to say something?
Yeah,
Otherwise
I
we'll
want to
just
add quickly.
quickly
The
go
thing
to
is,
the.
see, life is climbing the hill. So if you have to go to the top of the mountain, basically going to the top of the mountain is like going to the best of your life, to the best of yourself. And life and every step is taking you one step higher. If you take every step, and that every step cannot be all success. It will be both success and failure. So life is just like two step up, one step down. Meaning that, but but you don't know which step is success and which step is failure. So the point is you have to face the life in a uh, with full faith, and always believe that you're a child of God. So how you can feel small, how you can feel how how you can not think of facing the pain, not facing the pain of failure. It is within your reach. You're the child of God, and you have the child energy of God inside you. You have the energy of the divine inside you.
Yeah.
So when we just have that faith in ourselves, the faith of the power of our heart, so everything will become small. Everything will feel smaller in front of that, the power of your heart. And what
Yeah.
I strongly believe, that every experience, whether good or bad, is making you a better person to face the life in a more better way and have a better experience of life. And life is all about experience. It's not about material wealth or something like that. So,
Yeah.
so life is all about experience, and that is the only wealth. That is actually the real wealth of life. Money and houses and everything is okay. It is they're also important, but the real wealth is your state of your, like, what is the richness of your experience of life? How much happy we are? How much we are least affected from people outside us? How we are able to make
Yeah.
other people happy? So we should,
Yeah,
the point
Manish,
is,
can we go through the meditation? It's already very late.
yeah,
Just
go
maybe
ahead. Yeah.
2 to 5 minutes, maybe, because we
Yeah,
even had a detailed
you
discussion
took
today.
very long time today.
Sorry,
You
I
took
did
very
not
long
hear.
time today. You took a long time to talk today. I'm just sharing. Yeah, on a lighter note. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I did. I agree. Sorry for that. Yeah. So shall we just go? Do we want to do it or we want to skip it? I think it will help.
We can do it,
Uh,
Mansi. At least I can do it. I can be here today. I'm
okay,
sorry.
okay. Yeah.
Because of me, everything went away. I'm sorry about
No, no, no. You don't have to be sorry. It's okay. It happens, right? At least we are grateful that you were able to express and you just shared it with us. No problem. That's okay. Sometimes it's fine, right? We will stick with time Monday onwards, and it's okay. It's Friday. So
And
yeah.
through these
And
discussions, we get many insights and life experiences also.
yeah, no problem. Yeah, we
Yeah, yeah.
are we have this space for the same, right? Like so that we all can share and discuss and learn and communicate with each other. No problem. Regarding time and all, we'll be more mindful. So not a problem. Like hereafter, sometimes it happens.
Thank you,
I hope
Mansi ma'am. It was
talking
beautiful
helps
sharing.
you. Yeah, and I hope that at least when we discuss like this, it helps. As far as it is helping, it's worth it. Otherwise, it may not be worth it to extend time. So yeah. So yeah, let's everyone just do this like a simple small exercise or what we normally do. I'll try to blend it with our learnings today and the Reiki meditations that I have learned. I'll try to mix it up. So yeah, just close your eyes and allow yourself this space and time to just be yourself and just close your eyes, have a breathe, and just sit comfortably wherever you're sitting. Be in the best possible place you can, like mentally. Just be at peace. Try to feel your body. Try to feel your breath. Concentrate on your breath. Just breathe in and breathe out. Take a deep breathe in, long deep breathe in, breathe out. As we are taking the breathe in, let all the beautiful light and happiness come into our body through that breath. And as we exhale, let all the worries and everything that is bothering us let go. Let us be light. Let us feel the lightness. Let everything go. Whatever is bothering us, whatever is worrying us, whatever we are suppressing, whatever we are holding on to, just let it go. With every inhale, there is this light energy entering in our system, and with every exhale, everything that is bogging us down is getting released. Now imagine that there is a white light cloud on top of your head. It's a big, huge cloud filled with white light on the top of your head. So let it just focus on you as if you are in the spotlight and this light is just falling on you. And let all the rays from this beautiful cloud of white light fall on your body, and you're completely ingrained and engrossed in it. It has covered you completely. And as it falls on the top of your head, let it all sink in. And as it is passing on your head, this light is also traveling through your veins, just like blood. Everything, all this light is just entering your body, in your cells, in every part of your body. And slowly and steadily, it's traveling down your body from your brain, going down, filling all of your brain to your face, making your face glow and light up, to your neck, making your throat shine, helping you speak what you need to speak, going down your heart, filled with love and light. From the heart, this is traveling through the blood vessels and everywhere throughout each and every organ and body part. And slowly and steadily, it's just going down, 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 covering all your organs, your belly, your groin, your hips, all through your spine, your internal organs. Everything is filled up with light fully. It's going down your thighs, your knees, your calf, your ankles, till your toes and the tip of your fingers. Now see that the whole of your body is filled up with light and happiness. And as your body is filled up with this light, you can see that all the cells are just vibrating with high energy. They're just dancing in happiness. They're rejuvenated. They're feeling happy. And as you see yourself filled up with light internally and externally, your heart starts glowing brighter and brighter as if everything is just charged with this light, and it starts emitting the light outside. See a glow of light focusing out into the world through your heart chakra from the center of your chest. There is a white beam of, or a glow, not a beam, a glow of white light focusing light just like from a torch outside into the world. It's projecting out. See it covering your room, all the people who are there in the room, just reaching out to them, to your family, all the people who need it, all the with lot of love and light, it just emitting out to your friends, your extended circles, to your city, just going out and out, out and out to the whole world. Slowly it's covering the entire earth, and the earth is filled with light. It's just having this wonderful glow of light all over. And whatever we are learning or we are listening to today through the book, through whatever wisdom we're gaining, it's all going out in the earth, and it's somewhere it's contagious, it's spreading. The earth is becoming a place of love, filled with love. And so is our family, so is our everything. We're just putting this intention out. And now, as we see this, imagine how the world would be if it were just filled with love and happiness and good intentions, and if everyone is operating through intuitions. Now, think of this one thing that worries you, that comes to your mind, that popped up today, that pops up frequently. One of the thing, that situation in your life that you are still facing challenges in, and that still is on your head. Do not suppress it. Make sure you address it. You face it. Bring that into this light. See that situation in this white light that is emitting from your heart today. See that situation, bring that picture, and as you see that, see it filled up with light. See it fade out. As you fill that situation with this light, any person, any relationship, any circumstances, that you feel are hampering you. You fill that with this light, and as you fill that, it just blows up. It blows up with so much of light that it changed. And now imagine and see what you want it to happen, how you would like it to be, and see that in the light. Everyone happy and smiling and seeing the way it has to be, the way you want it to be. Just set out that intention and put it out with this light into the situation. This should bring a smile on your face as you're actually seeing it the way you want. If you want to release the person or something, someone, some situation from your life, release it into the light and let it disappear. If you want something to change, see the change as if it's happening right now and relive it as if it's real. Just let's create it together and let's wish the best for each other. Like whatever we are wishing, whatever we are visualizing, may it come true for each one of us. Yeah. Now, as we see that, we can always keep saying this whenever we feel like, and we try to come back. We take all the light in and let it all go in our heart and let our heart be happy. We try and settle in our bodies, and as we are at peace, as we feel complete, we again take a deep breath. We breathe in and breathe out, and we come at peace. Just open your eyes as you feel comfortable and come back to the room. So I think let's stay with this. Let's not speak. Let's not let this energy, let's try and be in this energy as much as you can. Do practice silence for at least 10 more minutes or a little longer or whatever time possible for you. Try to be with yourself, try to visualize and reflect upon the whatever situation you imagine today and send light to that situation just the way we did it today. And let's disperse without speaking today because I want all of us to stay in this energy for as long as possible. Remember, we are co creating. So, this is our intention we are putting out into the world or into our life to make it the way we want it with ultimate surrender and the divine power. So, yeah, let's go with this. And if you have anything to share, feel free to share in the group today through message or with me personally. I would love to listen. If not, it's okay. But stay with this and let try to be in this zone as much as possible. It will help you. So, yeah. Thank you, everyone. See you all. And thank you for being there till this late and contributing your time and presence and energy. It means a lot. Thank you so much. Take care, dear. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.